They've got a lot of YouTube videos out here of the sun. They take movies of the sun, all different kinds of frequencies, so they can see the colors and stuff. Anyway, it's a pretty cool sight. These little graphs here are really helpful on propagation, but it's a little bit too much to go into today. But this kind of stuff you want to start playing with. Here's a picture of an eruption coming off the sun. Oh, whoops, sorry. Pointing with my finger useless. Here's an eruption coming off the sun. Here's a sunspot. Okay. And then this is showing where the sun's shining and then where it's dark and stuff like that. This is where you can donate a lot of money to them. This is my favorite website. This is the one I use every day, multiple times a day. It's called hamqsl.com. hamqsl.com, the reason I like it specifically is he shows me the stuff I want to know right now. There's a lot of ways to go. As a matter of fact, if you go out and do a Google search on propagation, prediction software, solar thing, you're going to get hundreds and hundreds of different sites all over with all kinds of information. Check them out. Find out your favorite. But this is a good one because it's got a lot of little, it's got a lot of little things to click on here, like maximum frequency, your coronal mass ejection, solar winds, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can just click on each of these. And then here's some HF propagation tools to click on. But this guy right here is what I use, right here. And that is here. This is the tool I look at every day. As a matter of fact, I got this on my phone. For all of you that have smartphones, you can click on here. I just click on here. There's a lot of little software programs that'll bring this up. What I use this for is, first thing when I open it up, go on my phone, I do this every morning practically. Before I even get out of bed, I say, well, what's the bands look like today? And this guy right here, HF conditions, is the first thing I show you right here. I took this picture at 10:58 this morning, which is probably 5 in the morning, about, when I took this picture. I'll put my glasses on here. Anyway, first thing to check is the band conditions. And this is telling me, right now, at this time of the day, the band conditions is, and this is prediction software. This is not what's really going on out there. This is prediction software. This is based on all the indices they gather, what they know. This is what we think is going to happen. It says 80 meters fair, 40 meters good, 30 meters good, 20 meters good, 17, 15, 12 is fair, and 10 is poor. Why is that? Low sunspot, and the sun's not up. The sun's not up. So we don't have any ionization going on, so the high frequencies aren't open up and going here, and that's what's going on. Okay. The next thing I'll look at, and this is way more important than sunspot numbers, this is the solar flux index. This is the amount of ionization the sun is generating to the F2 layer that is allowing that layer, if you will, to solidify. My term, to solidify, so that the signals will hit a ceiling and then bounce back to the earth, and hit a ceiling and bounce back to the earth. You follow me? This is the thing that matters. A solar flux index of 124 is good. A sunspot number of 149 is real good. Real good. Today is a good day to be operating ham radio. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't be in this meeting. The next thing, which is a common term to do, is the sunspot number. And by the way, in case you didn't find it, the solar flux index is right here, and the sunspot number is here. A and K index is here, and X-ray is here, and 304 is right there. I'm going to talk about that. Okay. Sunspot number is important, but it's not near as important as the solar flux index. And this is the thing you really want to pay attention to, because if the SFI is down low, that means the F2 layer is not ionized sufficient to give you a lot of communications. Now, that being said, we're talking predictions. And predictions, well, let me just tell you, I have a 50% rule. Way back, I was single, I used to travel around the world, go to lots of foreign countries, talk to a lot of people. And what I found when I talked to all these people around the country is 50% of them are full of crap. No matter what you ask them, either 50% are full of crap or 50% of the stuff they tell you is full of crap. Well, I got a 50% rule, and that's my rule. Same thing with prediction programs. Just because it says it doesn't mean that's the way it is. It's just a prediction. Yes, sir.
That brings up a QSO I had the other day with a gentleman that works DX up in Canada, and he was telling me sometimes these indicators kill a band when the band is good, because something says, oh, the band's going to be fair. Everybody sees that and goes somewhere else and says the band's supposed to be good. But in fact, that band was good if the people had just did it right.
Exactly. Okay. The K index, another very important field. And this is really important because this is the geomagnetic number over the last 3 hours. And this is fairly real time, if you will. This is fairly real time. This is a geomagnetic number over the last 3 hours. And it's important to pay attention to. Yes, sir?
Yeah, the one thing I think is real important to keep track of when you're looking at these numbers is that you have to understand that the atmosphere is not homogeneous. So you have to be very careful to understand that these numbers are meaningful only in one place, the point of observation. So what you have to become expert at is extrapolating those numbers to where you are.
Exactly, great point. Great point. Did y'all hear that? Now the A index is also important, but this is an index of the stability of the K index over the last 24 hours. Now why is that important? Why that's important is if the A index is low, let's say the A index is 1, but the K index all of a sudden is 6 or 7, what's happening is, over the last 24 hours, we've had real good geomagnetic stuff. Something just happened. You see, the K index is telling us, because the A index is low and the K index is high, something just happened. We had a solar disturbance or something, and so while this is a prediction, it's probably going to be very accurate because something's happened. Something's going on.
Bob?
Yeah.
What do the numbers mean? I mean, the higher the number, what is the number, how does the number affect?
The lower the better.
Okay.
On the A and K index, the lower the better.
So if the A index is some relatively high number, it means that the ionosphere is unstable.
Exactly. But if the K index is low, that means things are settling down. If the A index is low and the K index is high, things are going bad. If they're both high, things are bad. Yeah. And I've seen the A index 17, and that's really bad. And I've got a little chart to answer that question. The X-ray flux, which is this B8.5 up there, you see, I'm not going to bother you with the numbers, but the letters are really important. So there's the formula. A is good, B is not so, B is less good, C is less good, M's really less good, and M's so less good it's bad.
I just brought this up on my phone, and I get a C of 1.1, C 1.1. Now, that's not as good as the one you got up there.
You should have been on early this morning. It changes all the time.
Yeah.
Changes all the time. Thank you very much. Okay, the 304 index, again, this is getting a little technical, but it's the strength of the total solar radiation, and right now, at that time in the morning, it was 158. I don't know what it is right now, I don't care, but anyway, the higher above 150 it is, the better. Again, and answer your question, the A index, 1 to 6 is best, 7 to 9 is okay, 10 plus is bad. Same thing with the K index. And solar index, anything above 100 is really good. Okay? Here's another chart. I bring this up for a couple reasons. There's a software program out there called VOA Prop. It's a great prediction program. I think you can, some of it's free, some of it you can pay for, but it's a good, but this is a, shows where gray line is. And I'm going to be talking about gray line in a minute, but this little yellow dot in the middle, coincidentally, is the sun. And this is showing where the sun is and the way the Earth is on March 2012 at 1300 Zulu. And this is the way the Earth's laid out here. And so you can kind of see the gray line, and you can see the dark areas and stuff like that. Now I'm going to talk about gray line. Well, I'll tell you about gray line real quick. Gray line is like a chordal tube. If you can see right now the gray line, by the way, this chart's moving like this because the sun's moving like this. Okay, it's going from right to left. You can see gray line is almost over Salt Lake City, which is that red dot up there. Okay, that's my home. Okay. And as gray line moves into there, it forms a pipe, an unbelievable pipe, up and down, across, wherever. If you work, when that gray line is over my house, and I want to work from here over to here, it is fabulous. It's like they're being next door. The signal just goes right up this pipe and right back down. It goes right down here and right back up here. And I don't know how wide that is, but maybe 500 miles wide. It's about an hour's worth of sunshine. It's about an hour's worth of the sun moving. And this is a really important chart. There's lots of gray line charts out there. You can get them in all kinds of programs for free. You can look at them. You can have them out there pretty much real time on your thing. But the nice thing about gray line is you want to see where gray line is. You want two things to happen at the same time with gray line. You want it to be right over top of you, and you want it to be right over top of the place you're working, and you will probably work them. You know, if you can get through the pile up, et cetera, et cetera. You'll have your best chance working them because it just forms a tube or a pipe right to that station. Now, if you don't have that, the second best thing is the gray line's over you, and not in any better order, or the gray line's over them. I remember one time we were working a DX entity that was right down here. Everybody in the United States is trying to work them. They're really a rare DX base. I can't remember the name, but everybody's trying to work them. And everybody calling and calling and calling. And pretty soon the gray line went right over Salt Lake City and right over them at the same time. And they were like they were next door. Everybody in Utah was working them. Nobody on the East Coast could even hit them. Which is wonderful. It's really, I'm serious, it's really wonderful. So, gray line's important. Gray line's really, really important. Gray line is the few hours between sunrise and sunset on both sides of the play. So it's important you pay really good attention to gray line. Okay,
Question,
sorry? Oh.
Just one quick comment. Don't let that shape, that gray line fool you. That changes seasonally. I can tell you right now, the best time to work Finland is in the winter on gray line. I've done it repeatedly.
For sure, thanks. Anyway, gray line is great in the morning, it's great in the evening. It goes over the poles on March 21st and August 26th on both equinoxes. And it has a 46-degree swing throughout the year, depending on where the sun is. Okay? So you need to, so it changes every day, so you need to pay attention to it. I mean, it doesn't change dramatically, but it'll slowly change every day throughout the year. So. While 160 and 80 meters is normally only a dark to dark, but for about 1 hour twice a day, you may have worldwide communications down gray line.